Hello, Lakeside Middle School. I'm here with Mrs. Sharpless and Mr. Procopio, and we're going to be presenting to you the return to virtual learning, and that's going to start on November 30th, 2020. The purpose of this presentation is to kind of reorient you to the virtual experience that we had in September. We've learned a lot from that experience. We have some updates and some changes that you'll see along the way, and we hope that this makes it a positive experience for you. And at the end, we have contact information for any questions that you may have. We're going to be bringing back the morning announcements on Facebook Live. That's going to be 8:15 every day. Make sure to tune in. We're going to have our scripted announcements and a daily email with our infamous joke of the day. We'll have special guests throughout the year and special interest stories. And then also, which is really important, the daily schedule. So if it's an A or a B day, that will be noted in the announcements.
Hi, Lakeside. I'm going to review your virtual etiquette and expectations for working online. We've learned a lot since our September start, and our teachers, as a result, are going to potentially be adjusting their virtual expectations to meet the needs of their learners and to create a better virtual classroom environment. So in general, we're asking that students come to class prepared, they're following their schedules, they're engaged in the lesson, and they're actively participating in the classroom discussion. But our new one, and this is really big, we are asking that all students be online at all times with their video on. So this means coming to class on time, your video is on, you stay in class the whole time, your video is on the whole time until your teacher dismisses you. In class, we're asking that you are on time, you wear appropriate attire, you keep your mic muted unless you're ready to speak, you raise your hand or signal your teacher when you would like to speak. We're asking that you allow everyone to have a turn speaking, and we want you to be fully focused during class. And please be in a quiet workspace if that's at all possible. We're asking that you treat this as you would a regular classroom. So yes, you're raising your hand. We would like you to answer questions to other students that are in the class, ask your own questions, talk to your teacher, have really good classroom discussions. Pretend that you are not sitting in front of a screen, but that you are in class.
And building off one of the other things on the third dot, you can see it says keep your video on when possible. We said on the last slide that we want you to keep your video on the entire time, but if you're taking a drink, if you have to get up to go to the bathroom, something along those lines, you can turn your video off for a period of time, and then when you come back to the computer, just make sure that you turn your camera back on so your teacher knows that you are back in front of your computer.
Absolutely. And then while online, the teachers are going to reiterate this, and they have reviewed this already. We're asking that the students respect each other's virtual comments, both written and verbal, treat each other with kindness and equality, just like you would in a normal day. We want everyone to be actively engaged and participating in all assigned classes daily. And we want you to log in the entire time and stay for as long as the teacher requires. I can say that most of our students are doing an awesome job with this. We're trying to get 100% buy-in. We want to see everybody's faces. We want to see you making eye contact with your teachers while you're online. We want to see you learning and enjoying yourself and really being engaged in class. And then I'm going to move on to student email and technology. So every student already has an email. They should be used to checking it daily. If you're not used to checking it daily, just try to get in the habit of in the morning, you know, when you're doing your routine, one of those things can be to check your email. You probably won't have as many emails as you did, at least from your teachers, because your teachers are going to be contacting you through Google Classroom. However, the district may be sending you information through your email. So please make sure you're checking that once a day or at least a couple times a week. And then Google Classroom, parents, we're asking that you just take a look at this. If you're unfamiliar with Google Classroom, just so you have an idea of what it looks like, what your students are seeing every day. And if you're curious or you want to just kind of give your kids a little boost, maybe you want to ask them to see one of their assignments so you know what it looks like, how they turn it in, and what their regular day looks like.
And we also understand that you can't click on this link physically right now as you're watching it in the video. So what we will be doing is putting the link down in the description below. for any links that you do need to click on, as well as we will have the information on our school website and blog as well. So I'm going to start going over some of the schedules and attendance in regards to what is expected of you. So now that we're preparing to return to all virtual learning, in class over the next few days, teachers will be reviewing their return to virtual schedule with their students. So the all virtual schedule will be again from 8:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock daily. So it is going to be the same as currently our Wednesday schedule that we're doing for all virtual students. So you will be signing into the Google Meet every day for every class, periods 1 through 9, or if you have a 0 period, you will log in every time, where your teacher will provide you with a link, the date and time, all within your Google Classroom. One of the other things, really make sure it's important that you have a daily routine, like Ms. Sharpless said. You want to make sure that you guys are getting up, you're getting ready, you're checking your email, and you're getting ready to start your day. You know, not everyone eats breakfast first thing in the morning, not everyone is going to check their email at the same time, but just make sure that you do what works best for you. We have on here, identify a place that you feel comfortable to use as your workspace today. So make sure that you have a place where you're sitting up, you're attentive, you're looking at your camera, you're able to work in a quiet environment, and make sure that, you're engaged in the class. And also, because your cameras will be on the entire time, make sure that you are dressed appropriately in that dedicated workspace. Now, in regards to our attendance, teachers will be taking attendance every day in each class during the virtual learning. You will receive an unexcused absence if you do not log in and stay in for the entire session. Like Ms. Sharpless said, you are now required to stay on for the entire session, not just check in and then leave. Overall student attendance will be kept on the Infinite campus, and we will be following our normal attendance policy. But for our virtual attendance policy is if you miss 3 virtual meetings for the day, then you will be marked absent. The only exception to that is if your parent or guardian calls in, lets us know that you are out for a doctor's appointment, or another reason why we would excuse an absence. For that, you can contact Ms. Martin. She is our attendance secretary at 856-293-3363, or her email below. As Ms. Sharpless mentioned before, our schedule is really important to make sure that we're following, especially now because we will be rotating between an A day and a B day every day starting on November 30th. So what that means is Monday, November 30th will be an A day, Tuesday will be a B day, Wednesday will then be an A day, so on and so forth. Again, this is going to be said in the morning announcements to make sure that you're class. And some of your teachers may even post it in their Google Classrooms, which day it is. But please make sure that you know what proper day we are on, so you do not miss a class. Our Lakeside virtual schedule is the same as it has been since the beginning of the year for all virtual days. So our 0 period, if you have a 0 period, at 8 o'clock. As Dr. Cook said, if you don't have a 0 period, like I'm going to talk about in the next slide, you can watch the announcements that start at 8. As well as your first period for everyone will start at 8:30. You'll go all the way through to 1 o'clock. Each class is only a half hour. And you will have a half hour for lunch during your current lunch period. So 6th grade has lunch 4th period, 7th grade has lunch 5th period, and 8th grade has lunch 6th period. So as I said, some students have 0 period on their schedule. If so, your day will start at 8 a.m. And for those of you that don't have 0 period, as I said, watch the morning announcements, check your email, make sure you have your supplies for the day. If you have math class coming up, if you have an art class, make sure you have everything you need in front of you. And then one of the other things too, we have a counseling website. All of your counselors have Google Classrooms. We will be putting stuff in there as far as time management techniques, daily check-ins. If you'd like to check in, we'll have online meeting times as well for virtual office hours. So feel free to check into one of there, set up some office time with a counselor, with a teacher, and you can do that during that beginning block of the day if you don't have a 0 period as well. Moving forward on to our academic and grading. So our academic mission and vision statement hasn't changed since the beginning of the year. It's the exact same it has been. We'll make sure that we're dedicated to promoting challenging learning environment and make sure that you guys are engaging with real life and real world scenarios. So For a general virtual overview of our grading, we are expecting that you guys are going to be self-sufficient and motivated to thrive in this environment. But your teachers are also there to support you if you need some extra help. We will make sure that you guys are still following the same curriculum that you would be if you were in school. And your teachers are always going to be available by email or Google Classroom. Here we have our grading policy for all students. As I said previously, all of the links will be in the description below, so feel free to click through that, look through the grading policy. If you have any questions on the grading policy, you could reach out to us. You could reach out to a specific supervisor for that content area. Again, all of that information will be at the end of the presentation.
Okay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the visitor protocols. We will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Only visitors permitted in the building are those who have a specific pre-approved appointment. If you have, say, a Chromebook that you needed to return, or there was something that you needed to pick up, you could come to the front office and someone will help you out. Like I said, we'll be here from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And one other thing that we don't quite have the schedule for yet, we are still going to be doing meal distribution during this time. We will update you once we have the times and the schedules for those days. We'll be putting them out on the blog, on the website, to make sure that you do have that information. So we still will be doing meal distribution. We just don't have the exact days yet. Once we do, we will put that out to you as well.
Okay, and then lastly, the grade level contact information. So the next couple slides here, if you want to follow our Lakeside official Facebook page, it's where we do the announcements. There's links to our different events. We have our Instagram, and then our lightning round weekly blog. We also have all the different offices throughout the building. So our school counselors, our vice principals, myself, all the numbers and emails are there for you. If you have curriculum questions, we have all of our curriculum supervisors listed here if you had a particular question. And then as far as your safety and security, we just want to make sure that if you're experiencing a conflict online, that you talk to a teacher, counselor, administrator, or parent as soon as possible. Bullying, cyberbullying, or violence cannot fix problems, and it will not be tolerated here at Lakeside. So we want to make sure that we're working together because no one expects you to handle all of your problems alone, and that's why we're here to help you and to help you make good choices, whether or not you're here or online. So we want to thank you for watching the presentation. Like I said, this is our return to virtual learning. We're going to be going from November 30th to January 19th, which is the day after Martin Luther King holiday. So during that time, if you have questions, all of our contact information is there. Hopefully this presentation met all of your expectations. If you have questions, please reach out to us. Mr. Procopio, Ms. Sharpless, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Nope.
Okay.
Hold on, I think Ms. Sharpless was talking.
I was muted. I'm sorry. I was trying to help with the sound. I just wanted to say that we really look forward to seeing your smiling faces. And I just want to encourage you to sign onto your Google Meet and use the blurring feature or a virtual background. If you have an issue that prohibits you from doing that, please reach out to your teacher. But we really look forward to seeing everybody every day in their Google Meet. And I do also want to reiterate, as Mr. Procopio said earlier, we have been having a back and forth schedule where one day you attend half of your Google Meets and the other day you attend the other half. Starting on November 30th, we're going to be attending all of our classes through Google Meets every single day. So we're going right back to how that was in September. Your teachers are going to reiterate this the next few days, and it'll be posted on their Google website.
Okay, and we just want to again thank you, and also thank you for choosing Lakeside Middle School, the school of tomorrow, today.